Welcome to the show with a Super Rugby review that's full of good news for most of the New Zealand franchises, including that pulsating win by the Highlanders over the Waratahs. Elsewhere, the Hurricanes passed their first test on home soil, though the Blues had their chances to tip them up. The Stars returned to the Crusaders camp and made a huge difference, though stopped short of vintage form. The Chiefs overcame an early deficit with some scintillating rugby from afar, and across the Taz it wasn't as much fun watching the Brumbies steamroll tries, but to good effect over the Reds nevertheless. After early season promise, the Force lost their way against the Rebels and in the competition in general, and the Sharks managed to turn opportunity into points at the expense of the Cheetahs. But to Forsyth Bar we go to reflect on a Highlanders performance that rang the competition alarm bells loud and clear around the ears of future opponents.
Awesome win to beat the Waratahs, obviously Super Rugby champions, and to beat them like that was pretty awesome. But for us coaches, it's there's still lots of things that we can get better at, and we probably only played about 20 minutes of good footy there, and the rest was hard to watch.
Wasn't the first 20 minutes, because I thought you were lucky to be within 12 at that point.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. We just couldn't get anything going. Every time we got the ball, we dropped it. Every time they had the ball, we missed tackles. So it was a tough start, but the boys did well to come back and get us back in the game. And then I thought the first 10-15 minutes of the second half was outstanding. And if we can put 80 minutes of that sort of footy together, we're going to be hard to beat.
Turning point so often in modern rugby is losing a player. You capitalised on that opportunity?
Yeah, I think so. I think they were really aggressive at the breakdown, and they disrupted a lot of our ball. But ultimately, they were cheating a lot, so that cost them and got them a yellow card and got us back in the game.
It's not just the momentum that you lose, the physical drain on players having to defend all the time for that period.
Yeah, that's right. And if you're losing a front rower as well, and it puts your scrum under a lot of pressure. We saw that last week with us when we lost Joe Wheeler. So one of your type five, if they go into the bin, you're under the pump for a while. So it got us back in the game, and then we put in some really quality footy for about 20 or 30 minutes there, and it won us the game.
It was class finishing, wasn't it, from the outsides when they got a sniff?
Yeah, I thought both Waisaki and Pat had awesome games, and Bender at fullback is always class, but he scored a great try tonight. Yeah,
I think we're still the world's best fullback tonight, and he was the one in the dark blue, wasn't he?
Yeah, I just think our team was a little bit better than their team tonight, and your players tend to stand out a bit more. Folau is a quality player as well, and it's not much between the two of them, but I'd take Ben Smith any day.
Well, often games are changed on key moments. Fekitoa's turnover, brilliant, a piece of brilliance.
Yeah, exactly, and the speed that Waisaki showed to beat two quick players as well is, it's going to be a huge loss for us next year. But hopefully we get more quality tries out of him this year, and it'd be awesome to watch for the rest of the season.
What's the word on Hards? It didn't look good.
I think the word is that he's dislocated his ankle, and I guess that's season ending. I'm just guessing there, but it's not good for us and not good for him. Big effort today was from Gareth Evans, who played 80 minutes for our development side, and then went out there and I think he played 80 again, so he missed the tackle at the end, but for 60 minutes he was outstanding for us, made some big tackles in the width and stopped a lot of their attacks, so he was awesome today.
I mentioned Jamie last week, the context of the win last week was so important, beating the Chiefs, but a bonus point to win here against the Tars, how valuable could that be?
Yeah, the 5 points is just outstanding against the best team in the competition, and we're not playing our best rugby yet, and so you've got to bank the points and just try and get better as a team, and I think we can.
Probably from about the time I got the man in the sin bin, that was about it. I got messy at the ruck, and we missed a few tackles, I think, too, that wasn't good. You know what I mean? So, and that cost us. The shape of the game came for us at the start and at the end. In the middle section, it was very difficult to get it because of what was happening at the rucks, really, that was it. Losing the ball at the rucks. We couldn't get the ball back. So, it was really difficult to do that. So we're just going to have to work on, I don't know how, putting more men in there or doing something to make sure we get more ball back at rucks. Structure was good, but some of the one-on-one tackling wasn't good. We missed a couple of simple tackles on the wingers that we should have made, and there were sort of tries off off turnover, you know, and then you've got to just make your tackles. That's pretty much a simple principle of rugby, isn't it? You know, when the other guy's run at you, you've got to stop him. So we were getting in there and getting in position to make the tackle, but we weren't squeezing and then putting our legs through that consistently enough. Did some good ones and some not so good. You know, they're obviously a difficult team to manage when they're on the counter. You know, so I think 3 of the 4 tries were from that type of situation. So.
Well, when the flashy guys are scoring the tries, we forget about the hard work done up front, but it was a tough day.
No, it was awesome work, mate. All the boys can be proud of their efforts today. It was unreal.
What was going through your head in the first 20 minutes, though? We struggled to get in the game.
Yeah, you know, we knew they were going to come out absolutely firing, and we just need to work them down, and, you know, it paid off in the end there. The big boys walking around the paddock, and, you know, it paid off out wide, and our lightning boys out wide that he dotted down in the corner.
They're complaining a little bit, there's the opposition, about things going on in the rucks and mauls, but it's the best man gets the ball.
Yeah, it's tit for tat, mate, you know. At the end of the day, it always happens, it's footy, so you just got to keep playing.
The set pieces, the line out a bit scruffy to start with, but came right.
Yeah, you know, there's a few bit shaky at the start there, but you know, we settled down and got into our work, and it paid off in the end.
It'd be nice to be in a scrum where you had more players than the other team this team.
yeah, no, it was great this time. Yeah, no, it was awesome.
It is such a, just tell the viewers what that's like playing a man down in a scrum situation. You're under so much pressure, aren't you?
Yeah, it's really hard. I mean, especially when you're right on your goal line. You know, you got a back usually coming in to help out, and you know, it adds a bit of weight, but it's not the same as having a full forward pack.
Spirits must have been high at half time to turn around a deficit where you were out of the game and then suddenly on charge of the game.
Yeah, no, the boys after half time we knew what we had to do and came out absolutely firing, which was awesome.
And next week, another stern test, but it could be a real humdinger of a game.
Yeah, it will be. You know, Hurricanes are undefeated, so, you know, we've just got to take it to them like we did against the Waratahs, and, you know, next week's next week.
The work was done up front, and, you know, the backs just did their thing. Yeah.
Seem to have good communication tonight, backing each other up.
Yeah, I guess we're building. I don't think we've, you know, reached our potential, you know, maximum potential. We're still going, and yeah, every week we're trying to just take that step up on, you know, in our game.
First quarter, you'd be wondering if you're ever going to get the ball, would you?
Yeah, it was hard. They didn't like kick me the ball much, and made me try and go look for work, and I almost got smashed by Skelton, but yeah, it's good.
Talk us through your try, because you started it and finished it. It was majestic.
Oh yeah, I just looked at Nuggy, and then he just, you know, it clicked. He chucked me that long ball, and just went from there, and went around looking for more work, and it went back, and I was like, oh, I came the wrong way, but then it came back again, and then yeah, just saw Pokita in my peripherals, and yeah, done him.
It's a good idea to keep close to Ben Smith too, because he's creating opportunities, isn't he?
Yeah, he didn't want to pass the ball and score the try himself in the other one.
But there were some great tries scored today, weren't they, from long range?
Yeah, that try from Naholo, pretty good, eh? I was so happy. I was running down. I was just like, yeah, it was pretty good.
It's so good to get that bonus point, isn't it? Because you know, 4 quality tries.
Did we get a bonus point? Oh, that's more.
You get something else to celebrate.
Yeah, more happy now. Yeah, it's pretty good for the boys, and yeah, I was wondering when we were going to get our bonus point. As I was switched on, we were to the game. We didn't worry about the points. We were just playing. So yeah, it's pretty good to hear that we got the bonus point win.
When they came back at you late in the game, were you a bit concerned? Do you think there was any nervousness there?
Not really. I think some of the boys thought they had to try and do something to win the ball back, and that's what got them, you know, like they got gain line, and we just went all the way back to 22. But I think the boys did pretty well under pressure, 22, throughout the whole game. Yeah, it was good.
The net effect on the table is the presence of 3 Kiwi sides in the top 6 now. The Highlanders joining the Hurricanes and Chiefs in the finals race. The Brumbies sit at the top, but the Wellingtonians have a game in hand to fall back on. The Sharks sneak in the back door after shutting out the Cheetahs by half-time. A loss for the Waratahs sees them leading the hopefuls thanks to a slender point stiff over the Rebels. The Crusaders didn't make as much progress as they'd have liked because of results elsewhere, but now look a threat. And from what we saw at the weekend, few of the teams below them are looking like playoff material, let alone championship contenders. What better way to kick off the next round than the clash between the Highlanders and Hurricanes on Friday night? Tickets on sale now at QTV and Don Street for this much anticipated matchup.